Hello everyone, it's Amanda Bach with Bach Star Stamping. Oh, there I am on the iPad here. All right, so tonight, first of all, I have the new catalog. Let me grab it here. I cannot open it. But lots of lovely products in here that I can't wait to get started on. Anyway, all right. Hey, Kathy, I got my catalog. So this is the August host code. If you'd like to place an order at stampinup.com, be sure to select Amanda Bach as your demonstrator, but also if your order is under $150, use this code. Hey, Vesta, use this code when you check out. All right, also don't forget, if you ordered anything in July and you got those bonus day coupons, make sure, hey, Linda, make sure you use them in August. Paper Pumpkin. Tomorrow is the last day to subscribe for the August Paper Pumpkin. It is gorgeous with some watercolor flowers. It also has a free stamp set. So in addition to the one you're already going to get, you're getting an additional one. So I'm excited to see what that is. All right, so this week I only have one card to show you that I've made because I've been working on swaps for a retreat I'm going to. And I can't show you those because some of those people are watching. So, yeah. All right, so this is a card I made. It was inspired by Julie Heights. I tried to use up some paper that I had. Gorgeous Grape is one of my favorite colors. I used the Petal Park flowers. I colored them with watercolor pencils. And then I used Wink of Stella to kind of smooth out the color. See if you can see that on the camera. I used the textured shimmer. Some old designer series paper, the ombre specialty paper, rainbow glitter. I don't know what it was called. It's mostly retired, but the decorative circle punch isn't. And the bow punch, love that. Then on the inside, I just put another flower and colored it lightly with the Wink of Stella. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog whining. I just put him in his kennel because my son's girlfriend is coming over, and so he was just being all whiny, but now he's just being whiny in his kennel. And on the back side, I added a little piece of designer series paper that I ran through an embossing folder to give it some texture. So that was cool. So thanks for that inspiration, Julie. All right, so for tonight's project, we are making a matching game using various animals from stamp sets that Stampin' Up! Has. So you're going to need a 2.5 square piece of basic white. For this one, I'm going to use Bird's Eye View. I'm going to use this little bird and these glasses. So I'm going to stamp that in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. This is for my 3-year-old great niece. I thought I'd make a little matching game for her. So when she's over next time, we can have a little matchy game. Then I'm just going to color them with blends. And then I'm going to show you how I put the box together that I created to hold these. So she has a little box for her games. All right, and then I'm going to stamp his or her glasses in Melon Mambo, one of my favorite colors. I'm hoping she'll like it, Linda. She is a smart little cookie, and I bet she would love a memory game. I'm going to put it down just a little bit lower just so I can make sure that the glasses are lined up. And she is 3, so, I don't think she's going to critique me on my coloring or if everything's not perfect. She's just going to love it. All right, so there's my little birdie, and we're going to go ahead and color him or her. And let's see here. We'll start with the beak. I'm going to use my dark pumpkin pie, and I'm just going to do the small end. There we go. So that's all I need that one for. I'm going to use the 700 for the face part of him or her. And what I'm trying to do is avoid what I stamped. I want that to show. I don't want to cover that up with the glasses. So I'm just kind of going around the glasses so I don't accidentally cover it up. And I decided not to put any embellishments or Wink of Stella or anything on the matching cards because I want them to be, well, I don't want the embellishments to fall off after, hopefully years of being played with. Also, Wink of Stella sometimes can come off on your fingers, and I don't want that to be a distraction for her to play with. I'm going to use the 800. I want to give the bird a little ground. Okay. Then I'm going to use, let's see. I think I used 400. I already have the other one colored, so I'm trying to remember what colors I used. 400 on the little dark places on the wings. And again, you can see I am not being exact. Hey, Julie. Hey, Betty. Clarify, did you use watercolor pencils and then Wink of Stella? Yes, so on this one, I used watercolor pencils, and then to spread the color out, I just used my Wink of Stella brush. Yeah, no water, just Wink of Stella, grabbed the color and spread it out, plus it added some sparkle. Yeah, so that was watercolor pencils. Yes, that was Julie's inspiration, so thank you, Julie. Now that you're on, I can say thank you to you. All right, so let's hope Amanda remembers what, you know what? I think that was supposed to be 200. Yeah, that was totally supposed to be 200. I already did one, so I'm trying to remember. But while we've got the 200, I want the chest to be in 200. So Stampin' Up! Just came out recently-ish with natural colors. It's perfect for coloring animals, different skin tones. This bird, again, not really caring too much about my coloring. She's 3. She is not going to judge me. Hopefully. I don't know. Nah. She likes coming to Aunt Amanda's. Okay. She likes my dog. She likes Betty. She loves those pickles that we make. Yeah. She likes coming here. So hopefully this is something we can do together. Okay, so that is it. That's all I'm doing. I am going to go back with my 200 on the chest and add just a little bit more on those lines. Okay, so there's my bird, and good, matches my other one. Phew, I was worried it wasn't gonna match. Now, I'm gonna round the corners. You can use any corner rounder. Would you like me to bring pickles to the retreat? Ooh, that'd be fun. Yes, Betty has a recipe that was, what was that, your uncle's? And yeah, they are so good. And last year, my kids and I went up and we had a pickle party weekend and we made 77 quarts of pickles. Ooh, Betty, you hear that? We got to bring pickles. Okay, so these are corner rounders, and Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry a corner rounder anymore, so just find one, or if you have one. Okay, so now the next color is going to be a throwback. You ready for this? Midnight Muse. Anybody remember Midnight Muse? Here's the reason why I'm using Midnight Muse. I have 80,000 sheets of it left, and I thought this would be a great way to use several of them up. I don't know why I have like 3 packs of Midnight Muse, but I do. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to use Midnight Muse. So that's what I'm using. So we're going to glue our little birdie friends, and then I'm going to show you the rest of them I made, plus the box, okay? Okay, so put a little glue on there. And didn't tell you the size. So the white part is 2.5, and the matte layer is 2 3/4. All right. Here we go. Bamity bam. Okay, so those are the cards. So obviously when you're playing matching, you know, you pick one up, you pick the other one up, right? Okay. So let me show you some others that I made before I show you the box. Okay, so, hey Chuck, I made roosters. Right? You can color them however you want. I thought she would enjoy the speckled underwear on the rooster. I figured that might get a laugh or two. They do raise chickens at their house, so she's used to seeing chickens, but probably not in the underwear. Okay, I made a turtle from the Playing in the Rain stamp set. I made a rhino using, hold on, let me grab it here. Rhino Ready. It's an online exclusive stamp set. It comes with awesome dies too. So far, I've used the goose from Silly Goose. Colored it. So some of the images I would have liked to have used were bigger than the 2.5, so I just had to get picky with which ones I used. And I'm not done. These are just the ones I've done so far. I'm going to grab at my retired sets now after I'm done with my current sets. So this is from Zany Zoo, the ballerina cheetah. It's a lot of fun. The turtle, had to throw some music in there. Singing turtle. The skunk and his bird friend with the binoculars, also from Zany Zoo. The taco from Taco Fiesta. I put a little smiley face on it. I figure she'll think that's funny because she's 3. Well, just order the stamp sets. I'm not using the bundles. The piñata. Love to color in bright colors. And then trucking along. I'll add a little background because it didn't quite take up enough of the stamp for me. So I added a little background for him. Okay, so those are the cards, and I am going to continue making more and more and more until I filled up my box. And you'll see I'm not even like a third of the way through my box yet. So I've got plenty of stamp sets with animals or, you know, trucks or whatever to add to my collection. And then, you know, you make a matching game out of it. Okay, let me show you the box, because this box idea you can just use if you've never made a box before. So I made up a little mock-up of the box, and then I wrote all my directions on it so I remembered. Okay, so it will fit in there. Well, hold on, there we go. And there'll be 2 columns so they don't get all messy. Okay, so here we go. Let's make our box. So the first piece for the actual box itself that you're going to need is an 8 by 11. So just cut off a ½ inch here. And I scored it at 2.5 on all sides. So I need my bone folder here. We're going to fold, making a box. So I'm going to move these out of the way because they're just going to get all messy. To figure out a box, I figured out what size I actually wanted the box to be. I measured my cards, and they were, you know, 2 3/4. So I wanted like a 3-inch area for them to live in. So then times 2, that was 6. And it, you know, that gave me this. And then this way I wanted it to be 3. And then this way was determined by how much paper I had left, really. You know, once you have it all figured out, well, how big's your piece of paper? How big can your sides be? So that's why the sides are that size. Okay, to cut a box, I'm going to cut up on the score line. And then I'm going to cut a tab with the other one, okay? And I'm going to cut that little bit away. Again, cut on just the inside of the score line because I want it completely gone. I want the score line completely gone. And I like to burnish my score lines before I cut. I find it makes it easier. Some people cut before they burnish. I like to do it this way, but you do it however you want to do it. This is just basic box construction, nothing fancy here. I thought about doing a reinforced box, but that would require a bigger piece of cardstock, which I do have some 12 by 12s I could use. But again, I was just trying to use up Midnight Muse because why I have 3 things of it, I don't know. But I was just trying to get rid of it. Okay, so your tabs, you're going to put glue on your tabs. I'm going to get a new glue. Here we go. Yep, I opened this last night. Yeah, it's good to go. Okay, so I do that and I stay away from the edges. I fold it in. And there's the beginning of my box, right? You can see it now? You can see it now. I do this side. Love making boxes. Sometimes I get tired of making cards and then I go on to things like boxes or bookmarks or stuff like that. There we go. So half done. Half done. All right. Some people use tear and tape, and that is fine, or our Seal Plus would be fine with this as well, but I think glue is the best bet. It's going to probably hold up to a 3-year-old the most, I think, anyway. So, yeah. Again, not perfect, but good enough. Okay. Make sure my corners are even. I use my bone folder, give it a good press. There's my box. Okay. Now let's make our insert. So the insert was 2 7/8 by 3 3/8. And then I know some of you hate 16ths, but the middle is 5 3/16. So score at 5 3/16. Okay. And then score 2 7/8 inch on both ends. Okay. So the middle again, you score at 5 3/16. And then from each end, I did 2 7/8. We're going to fold right in the middle. We're going to fold the other way. So we're going to get like an M or W when we're done. Okay, and I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, so see, there's my W. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to glue this part together so that it sits in there like a little divider. So we're going to glue those together like that. I got a little glue there. Boopity boop. Give that a good press in. Okay, so that leaves me with this. Now I'm going to put glue here so that it stays in place. I'll glue this to the bottom of my box. There we go. I'm going to stick that in there. This is going to be her Christmas gift or one of her Christmas gifts, okay? So I'm giving myself plenty of time to get started on that. I get it as centered as I can. Sorry if I'm a little out of shot there. There we go. Okay, now that I've got it centered like I want it, I'm just going to use my glue bottle and give it a good pressing. Okay, now we need to make the lid. See how they will fit in there now? So let me put some on this side, some on this side. So as you can see, I have a very long way to go to fill these puppies up, right? So actually what I might do is if I find that I'm tired of doing this, I might make a different box and make it more shallow, but we'll see. I've got till December. Midnight Muse, I don't know. It's actually before me. My upline gave it to me. Plus, I think I found it on clearance or I found it at a garage sale or something. I don't remember the year, but I started in January 2019, so it is before that. So, yeah. Okay, so that's the goal. Here's our lid. Our lid is 5 1/16 plus 8 1/16. Scored at an inch all the way around. Okay. Why the 16th? Because you need it for a box lid. Your box lid needs to be just a tiny bit wider so it can fit over. So if you make it the exact same size, well, then it's just not going to work very well. And you make it the same way that you made your actual box. You cut up your score line right here, make a little tab, cut up your score line. I probably should have done this one ahead of time since it's nothing new, but oh well. You can see how to make a box with a lid. I do like to make reinforced boxes too. They're a little sturdier, but I did not do that this time. Or I could make one out of chipboard like the other boxes, that other box I showed you all how to make out of chipboard. I do enjoy making those as well. Come on, glue. I know you're new. There we go. Okie dokie. Put that there. I still haven't made my pre-order yet. Demonstrators could place a pre-order. I still haven't done that yet because my wish list is too big and my budget is too small. So I have got to figure out what I want to do for real. The polar bear will definitely be one I am getting for sure. That is probably my #1. And I love the autumn paper. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you have seen other demonstrators, or if you haven't, go on YouTube, find other demonstrators as they're doing their unboxing videos. Some absolute stunning sets. Yeah, my wish list is entirely too long. It's like 95% of the catalog. Yeah, which is just not gonna happen with my budget. Okay, so hopefully this fits. Yes, it does. I'm just gonna help it. There we go. There we go. So there's my box, okay? Now, I need to decorate it, right? So, we're gonna do, this is 3 by 6. So this piece is 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. Then I looked, and the only designer series paper I had that had Midnight Muse in it was an old designer series paper called Color Therapy. And then, you know what I did one time? I used it all up in Midnight Muse. So this is literally the only piece in Midnight Muse I had left. So it was a little strip. I was going to decorate the top a little different, but when I went to grab it, I'm like, oh, that's all I have left. So, okay, that's what we're using. She will not care. Okay, and then I'm like, I've got some Midnight Muse ribbon. Yeah, no, I don't. No, I don't. I think I went through a phase a few months ago, or maybe even a year ago, where I decided to try to use up as much as I could of my Midnight Muse, and you know what? I did a good job. I used up all my ribbon, and apparently all my designer series paper too. I like to decorate my box lid after I've made sure it fits, because sometimes, you know what, it's a little tight and you have to redo it. So I didn't want to decorate it before I made sure that it fit. Okay. Then I have a piece of Midnight Muse I cut out with a decorative circle punch. And I have an H that I die cut from, it's an older alphabet set we have, but I kept it because I really like that it's large letters. I do have the Playful alphabet. I don't have the Alphabest, the current one. I like the bigger letters, so I kept this one. Yep, and it's gonna fit. And oh, her name is Hallie, so that's why there's an H. Okay, so she'll know that this is hers. This is hers. Although hopefully she'll share with me and we can play it together. I hope. Maybe if I bribe her with some pickles, she'll let me. And that is not at all centered, so here, let me get it down here. Y'all have never done anything like that before, right? No, I'm sure you haven't. Okay, there we go. And I'm actually gonna pop that on dimensionals or dimensional bits because my dimensionals are all gone, but I'm using my sides because they are just as good. There we go. There we go. And I'm using lots because I know a 3-year-old's going to be handling this, so I want it to stay on well. I'm not going to put any embellishments or anything like that because, you know, I don't want her to be tempted to eat them. Not that she generally puts things in her mouth, but you never know. Okie dokie. Put that there. There we go. So there is my matching game and my box with my lid slightly decorated. So as I continue to make these little matching cards, I will post them on this page, on my Boxstar Stamping Facebook page, and show you all the different ones that I'm going to use. I do plan on using the Hello Ladybug one and probably this bunny, because I'm not sure this one will fit on the 2.5. Just barely. So I'll probably use this one. And then I'll grab a bunch of retired sets that I have that have animals on them and just continue to make them until this thing's full. As you can see, it's nowhere close to being full. So yeah. And the thing about a matching game is if, you know, I end up with 8,000 in here, which, you know, I'm not going to, that's an exaggeration, but, you know, if she can only handle like, you know, 20, then we grab 20 and start from there. And then as they get older, you know, and they can handle more and more, you can just keep on adding more and more. Okay, there we go. So thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, my email is boxstarstamping@gmail.com. Let me grab that host code again. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. And there's the host code if you'd like to place an order in August and your order is under $150. All right. Have a great night, everyone, and I will hopefully see you again next week. All righty. Bye-bye.